Friends, check out this great piece of fluorite in matrix. It's beautiful, it's amazing, and stay tuned to the end of the video. I will warn you about a controversial subject, so you'll have time to turn off, so you won't be offended. But for now, check out this magnificent piece of fluorite. So one of the great things about fluorite is when you hit it with UV light, it glows this really cool blue. Doesn't always come out so good in video. It's hard for video cameras to pick it up because UV light usually isn't on the visible light spectrum, but this particular bandwidth is. And one of the reasons I'm drawn to fluorite in its natural state is it forms these perfect cubes just growing in nature. And we see that all throughout nature. If you Google table salt under a microscope, you're going to see a cube structure every time. Or if you look at this piece of pyrite, this is how it comes in nature. Perfect cube every time. It's just fascinating to me when you look at rocks and minerals and elements and gems and all these things, and you see such intricate design. Like this looks like it was man-made. Same with the fluorite. Looks like, this cube here, that cube there. It just maybe, somehow someone made these crystals grow in cubes. But all that really means is that there's a design to it. We can clearly see that. The cube structure and these elements and rocks and minerals. You even take this piece of calcite here, and this is how it occurs in nature. Looks like it has a nice design, or it's been cut. And every gem and rock show I go to, I always ask, hey, is this cut, or did you cut this? Nope, this is just how it occurs in nature. So I guess we get right to the controversial part. So like and subscribe for more great rocks, gems, minerals, and Tesla content. And here's where the controversy begins. Because we can see intelligent design all throughout nature, including inanimate things like rocks, where we see a perfect cube at the microscopic level like salts, table salt, or in pyrite. Forms these natural cubes. Fluorite forms these cubes. You can even see that in other forms of fluorite. Octahedral design, 8-sided. These are just how they occur in nature. And you'll see the fluorescence when they hit a UV light also. So we see design all throughout nature, and we're always so confused because we've been taught to believe, at least I have in the public school system, that if it occurs in nature, it's just got to be this random occurrence and there can't be any design to it. But yet that's not the way the universe works. We see, crystals with 6 sides every single time. Just how they occur in nature. And so we're left to wonder, well, if everything occurs in nature is random, if we believe that, why is there design all throughout? Why is it April 8th next year, the last full totality lunar eclipse will come across the United States, with the moon being just the exact size to block out the sun for 4.5 minutes, to trick all of nature into thinking it's nighttime. The crickets will start chirping, the streetlights will come on, and all of creation will groan that, hey, it's nighttime. The sun's being blocked out perfectly by the moon at the exact right distance to bring about total darkness. So ultimately, we don't need things like nature and all this to confirm to us there is a God. We know that. I mean, nature is just a sign of that. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the earth shows his handiwork. And we see that all throughout creation, all throughout nature, that we're not here by accident or mistake. I mean, think of the trillions of cells in your body, each one with DNA. If you were to string that DNA end to end, it's long enough to reach to the moon inside your own body. And to think that that happened by some random chance or just coincidence is denying the absolute authority of God and his word. God made this world in 6 literal days and created everything in it, including the heavens and the earth, the stars, the moon, people, planets, and on day 6 was the crown of his creation. He created man in his image from the dust. So we're all without excuse because we know there is a God. And ultimately, it's just going to come down to, we don't want to believe there's a God, because if there is, then there's morality and laws that come from a moral lawgiver that we're going to all be in trouble on Judgment Day. So it's much easier for atheists and the super intellect to think of themselves as just evolved species, because that way they can go on living their life any way they please and not have to give an account on Judgment Day. And it seems kind of harsh. There's this harsh divide between the Christian perspective and the atheistic perspective. But ultimately, people inside the church as true believers know the love of God. They know the grace extended to them, the mercy extended to them through the forgiveness of sins, that Jesus, born of a virgin, lived a sinless life, never lied, never stole, honored his mother and father, never committed adultery, didn't do all these things that mankind does. And mankind has a way of justifying it, which, when we look at it, is actually breaking God's first two commandments: to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul, and not to have any other gods before me. So most atheists, people that deny God's existence, are creating God, or denying God's existence, are creating God that suits their image of how they want to live their life. They want to be the king. They want to be the ruler. They want to be in charge. And, God did give us self-will. And, literally is going to be hell to pay on Judgment Day. The Bible says that it's appointed on the man once to die, and after this, the judgment. So, friends, we don't know how long we'll be on this earth, whether our days are 20, 40, 80, 90, 100, 120 on super rare instances. But know this: there is a time when every breath, every heart will stop, and you'll stand before your Maker, your Creator, the God who made you so unique that no one has your fingerprints, no one else has your DNA. You are so uniquely created with your likes, your temperament, your taste, your passions, your desires, that you are the only one that has those. You are so uniquely created. God knows the hairs on your head. The Bible says he knew you before he formed you in your mother's womb. And he knows those who are his. So friends, I would encourage you, as you watch videos like this, as you're looking at God's creative genius all throughout, just to call on his name. The Bible is very clear: for everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. And we can't do anything on our own to earn or merit salvation. It's a free gift of God. So thank you so much for watching this video. I would encourage you to pick up a Bible, download it. There's 100 million downloads, the YouVersion Bible app. Start reading through the book of John, and just come to Jesus with a humble heart, and he'll reveal himself to you through his word. It's alive, it's powerful, it's active, it's sharper than a two-edged sword, cutting between soul and spirit, joint and marrow, exposes our innermost thoughts and desires. Thank you so much, and God bless you.